Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today we continue our discussion with the new topic, which is the rubbers or elastomer. This is the continue from the composite material from last lecture. Because rubber uh, cannot be used as a single component in many application. It must come with the mixing of rubber with other material, and the combination of rubber with other materials means rubber can be used in the composite as a composite material. Okay, rubber is a polymeric material. Rubber or elastomer is a polymeric material which dimension can change when we apply the stress and can return back to original dimension when the stress is removed. Rubber can be divided into two types, which are natural rubber and synthetic rubber. Natural rubber we can get from the rubber tree, and synthetic rubber is from the uh, polymerization process of polymer. And the properties of the rubber is a tensile strength is low tensile strength, but their elongation is high. Okay, about the natural rubber is we can get from the rubber tree, and we add with the uh, liquid latex dilute up to 50% of rubber content with the formic acid. And the properties of natural rubber is a high tensile strength, tear strength, resilience, and resistant to wear, fatigue, high frictional properties, but low resistance to oil, heat, ozone, and sunlight. The application of natural rubber commonly used in the automotive tire, and adding with the carbon black to reinforce the rubber properties, increase the tensile strength, and other application is show soles, bushing, seals, and also shock absorbing components. Okay, vulcanization is a process, important process involved in the rubber processing. Vulcanization is a chemical process by which polymer molecules are joined together by cross-link. So joining the more into many polymer, and it linked by the cross-link, and then produce a large molecule to restrict the movement of the rubbers. And then adding with the sulfur and lead carbonate will change the thermoplastic properties to the elastomeric materials, and the mechanical result is increase in strength and stiffness. So the figure show how the crosslink is developed. Vulcanization will develop the crosslink between the mer. Okay, for the synthetic rubber, such as styrene, butadiene, copolymer of butadiene and styrene. This is example of the synthetic rubber. So the synthetic rubber, they have a better properties compared to the natural rubber, such as better resistant to heat, gasoline and chemical, higher range of useful temperatures. So application, tire, shock absorber, seal and belts. Production can be divided into two steps: production of rubber and production of our processing of rubber into the finished goods. Okay, this is the production process of rubber into the final product. Either we can use compounding, where the rubber is mixed or compound with other additive, and in this case usually sulfur is traditionally used to improve the properties of the rubbers. And then also mixing process, where the additive throughout the mix with the base rubber to achieve uniform dispersion of the ingredient. And also we can use a shaping process, which can be done in the using four methods. Either we can use extrusion. Extrusion is similar with the extrusion process in the plastic injection, plastic extrusion, and then the calendering process, coating process, and we can use a molding and casting. Okay, for the extrusion process is similar to the extrusion of polymer. So in calendering, where the process involves processing rubber stock into series of gap of decreasing size made by the stand of rolling rolls. So we can see here calendering process. Okay, this diagram show the how the calendering process occur. We have the feedstock, is a rubber, pass through the roll, roller, and then it goes down and combine with the fabric, and then they go to the and then they become the coated fabric and to the take out reel. So here we combine rubber with the fabric. So remember, rubber cannot be used uh, in a single compound. So rubber must be mixed with other materials such as fabric to improve the properties. Either we can also use a coating process, coating or impregnating fabric with the rubber, usually used in the automobile tire. So you can see in the tire, in the middle of the tire, they have a fabric, and conveyor belts also they have a fabric in the middle, and auto waterproof clothes for tarpaulin, tent, and raincoats. And molding is a look like the plastic molding process, where the material of rubber is placed in the mold, and then the upper mold will goes down and compress and force the rubber to fill up the cavity inside the mold. Either we can use compression molding, like in thermoplastic and thermosetting processing. You can use a transfer molding and also injection molding process. Okay, this is the common additive add in the rubber. The common additive is a carbon black. So we add the carbon black, color in the black, usually add in the production of tire. So by adding the carbon black, it will increase the tensile strength, resistance to abrasion and tearing of the final rubber product. And also it gives the extra protection from the ultraviolet radiation. Okay, and other polymer also add in the elastomer or rubber, such as styrene, PVC, and phenolics. Okay, I think this is the end of this topic discussed on the uh, rubber, synthetic and natural rubber. Thank you very much.